Welcome to Ministry Essentials online class. We're going to be covering a lot of things that are very practical. The course is designed and it's set up to basically teach someone how to fit in to local church ministries. I understand some of you are already serving in local church ministries. We designed this class to help people who come to Fairhaven Baptist College who will be serving in the ministries of Fairhaven Baptist Church. So, as you watch the videos, keep that in mind. But even if you have some experience serving in churches, you're going to be able to pick up a few things here and there. The first part of the course is going to be covering basically how to be a good servant to the Lord. And then the second part will be actually getting into some practical areas of how to serve, such as how to win a soul, how to disciple somebody, how to tell a Bible story, do an object lesson, and things like that. So I hope the class will be helpful to you. I'm going to go through in the next couple minutes here the course requirements. So if you've downloaded those and printed them out or opened up the file, if you want to go along them with me, that'd be great. Take some notes down to make sure that you understand the assignments properly. So we're going to go through the course description first of all. It says this course is designed to equip students to work in the ministries of the local church, emphasizing the heart of the servant and his service. Students will be instructed in how to win souls, disciple converts, and run various elements of ministry programs. Kind of what I had already said. The textbooks that you'll need, the first one is Soul Winning Steps. That's a little booklet, and you'll need to read through that. There'll be some verse memorization assignments there. And then there's two other books that you'll need. The second one would be The Devotional Life of the Sunday School Teacher by J.R. Miller. You'll be doing a book report about that, and I'll explain that in a moment. And the third book will be How to Get These Kids to Listen by Ed Dunlop. And that's a very good book also. A lot of practical, easy to read chapters in there. So let's get straight to the outside work, because that's what everyone's always worried about. The course is divided. It's a little different than how we would do it in traditional class because you're doing it online. So what we've done is we've divided this course into 4 units. Each unit will contain a series of videos that you have to watch. I suggest you take detailed notes while you're watching those videos. And then there'll be assignments that you must complete also. There'll be quizzes in most of the units, and then there'll be a test in your second unit and your fourth unit. There's only 2 tests. There'll be other assignments. The book report will be due in one of those units. We'll go through here in a moment. You can see where they'll be due. Each unit will have a due date. So you'll have to check the due date. And so once that due date comes, all of the assignments in that unit have to be completed. So you have to get it all done before that due date. Don't wait till the last minute to try to get some things done. So let's look at the outside work in detail. The first one is the Soul Winning course, and that's using that book, Soul Winning Steps. You read the assignment that you've been given, the assigned lesson. You memorize the verses for each lesson, and you need to recite those verses word perfect to an adult. Have them sign the book in the instructors section. That's pretty easy to see when you get to it. And you'll be asked to upload, you might be asked to upload a photo of those pages, signature pages, to prove that you've done that. Each lesson is going to contain 6 verses. Your grade's going to be determined by the number of verses that you complete. So really, you determine what your grade's going to be for this. If you only memorize one of the 6 verses of that assignment, then you'll get 30%. 2 verses, you get 60%, and that's very generous. 3 verses, you get 70. 4 verses, you get 80%. 5 verses, you get 90%. And if you do all 6 verses, you get 100%. Each assignment counts as a quiz grade. The due dates will be as follows. Unit 1 will hold lesson 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so you have to read lesson 1, 2, and 3 in the book, and then memorize the verses accordingly. In Unit 2, you have to complete lessons 4 and 5 from the book. And the due dates will be based on when those units are due. Then the second outside work assignment that you have to work on is the chapter study section. So let me read this to you. Questions will be answered from assigned readings of the book. How do I get these kids to listen? Turning in the answers becomes evidence that you have read the chapter. In other words, I want you to make sure you read the chapter, and when you turn them in, that's saying that you've read it, because there's a lot of good stuff in there. Some of those things in class can also be testable material that you read in the book there. The answers, you'll find the chapter studies there in your unit. They're going to be due on the following dates. They'll be basically due in units 3 and 4. So in unit 3, you have to complete chapter study 1, which is at chapters 1 and 2 of the book. Chapter study 2, which is chapters 5 and 6 from the book. Chapter study 3 is chapters 7 and 8 from the book. And then the unit 4 will be your final one. That's chapter study 4. That'll cover chapters 10 and 11 from the book. The final assignment, outside work that you have to work on, is the book report. That is reading the book, The Devotional Life of the Sunday School Teacher. Very good book. Makes you look inside and make sure you're what you should be to become the right kind of servant for others. You're required to write a 2 to 3 page report. This will be typed. Yes, I expect a cover sheet on that. It's not a summary of the book. It's not a critique of the book. I want it to be a practical report. So what I want you to do is write a paragraph for each chapter of the book and describe how that lesson is from that chapter will be helpful to you in your ministries, whether it's your present ministry or your future ministries. So it's going to be very much written in the first person. You're going to say, this is what the chapter was talking about, and this is how it's going to help me. You can put a little heading on for each chapter and then write the paragraph, however you want to do it. 2 to 3 pages is a minimum of what I expect out of that. That's going to be due in unit number 4. So by the time unit number 4 is complete, you have to have that book read and the report written, upload a PDF onto Schoology so that I can grade it. The grading is broken down this way. The percentages will be 25% of your grade will be your tests, 25% will be your chapter studies, 25% will be your quizzes, and then 25% will be your book report. Make sure all your work is complete on time, because all late work is going to receive a 0 for a grade. So make sure you get it all done and done on time. All right. I hope you enjoy the lectures, and hope you learn a lot to make you a better servant for the Lord.